I'm glad Richard Nixon is finally getting the respect he deserves. We're going to talk about that in this video. Welcome to Republican Talks, everybody. I'm your host, Kenneth Glenn, and today I'm going to be talking about Vivek Ramaswamy and what he said about Richard Nixon. So Vivek Ramaswamy is probably one of the most popular presidential candidates right now in our country. He is a pretty great guy. He is a multi-millionaire. He owns a lot of businesses and stuff like that. He ran for president against Trump for Republican. He's actually the youngest Republican to run for president, which is awesome. Very cool to see that. And it's super neat to see him running. Obviously, he's no longer a legitimate presidential candidate, but he is working alongside Trump, which is also really cool to see. But he wasn't running against Trump. He was running kind of side by side with him. And I've always respected Vivek Ramaswamy. I thought he's always been awesome. And this makes me like him even more. So he was at the Nixon Library doing a speech there, and it was really cool to see him do that. Now, this was last year, so I'm late to this. I guess I didn't see this, but I thought this was pretty cool. I'm a big Nixon fan. If you saw my presidential tier list video, you would know that. I think Richard Nixon's our best president of all time. I put him in the S tier, but if you want to see more about that, you could click the thing there. You could watch my presidential tier list video. It's a pretty good video. You learn a lot about the presidents. I didn't rank all the presidents, but I ranked like 25 of them, so a good amount, just not all of them. I'm gonna wait next year to rank the rest of them that I didn't rank. But no, I really like what Vivek was doing here. Vivek was it's a very awesome thing. I'm going to play the clip now.
Well, actually, they say the worst ideas in Washington are bipartisan. Our engagement in the Ukraine war continues to prove that, if you ask me. But the way we're going to actually do this is by transitioning from an era of neoconservatism and liberal hegemony to an era of realism and unapologetic American nationalism, where we stand for our national interests on the global stage. The North Star of my foreign policy will be the modern Monroe Doctrine, combined with Nixon's doctrine. The Nixon doctrine was that other nations have to be the first protectors of their own national security. I agree with that. We will revive that, and I combine that with the modern Monroe Doctrine, a doctrine that we will re-implement under my watch as U.S. President, which says that if you're a foreign nation, you do not mess with the United States of America on our own home soil. You do not test us on our waters or in the Western Hemisphere, and if you do, you will have hell to pay for it. No Chinese spy balloons flying over half the United States. In this library today, Richard Nixon. He's misunderstood. I think he is by far, by and away, the most underappreciated president of our modern history in this country, probably in all of American history.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
He was somebody who had a deep skepticism for the bureaucracy that sucks the lifeblood out of a constitutional republic. He was unafraid to surround himself with people who challenged him, knowing that we are the best versions of ourselves, not when we are surrounded by sycophants, but when we are surrounded by the people who push us to be the best versions of ourselves. He understood that the path to truth runs through free speech and open debate. That is itself the foundation of this nation. He was also, when it came to our foreign policy, someone who revived the spirit of George Washington's farewell address to this nation. Richard Nixon, like I aspire to be, was a George Washington, America First conservative.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
He was deeply pragmatic. He was a realist who believed that the job of the U.S. president, above all, was, who would have ever thought, to advance the interests of Americans who live in the United States of America. That is a spirit we would do well to remember today. I'm 38 years old. I'm the youngest person ever to run for U.S. president as a Republican. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And all of this is true. All of this is true. I love what he's saying, and I just think it's so cool that Nixon is finally getting the respect he deserves. It's starting to come around. A lot of people are starting to come around to Nixon actually being a very good president, and that Watergate was a scam and it was a hoax and it was just crap. And the more Trump goes through the crap he's going through, people are waking up and going, oh crap, wait, this is literally what Nixon went through as a president himself. And Tucker Carlson was talking about the Watergate scandal and stuff like that. But it's finally respect. Because for the longest time, Richard Nixon didn't get the respect he deserves because of Watergate. Okay, as soon as you brought up the word Nixon, they go, oh, Watergate, he did Watergate. And I think Nixon's a lot more than that. Obviously, I also believe Watergate is a complete sham, and it didn't happen, at least it didn't happen in the way the mainstream media was trying to push it. Nixon had no involvement in it. He should not have been held responsible for it. I think it's so stupid and pathetic what they did. And it was probably one of the worst presidential beatdowns of all time. Just anything they could possibly do to get him out of office, they did. It was even worse than what they're doing to Trump now, which is just crazy to me. Because you think like what they're doing to Trump is terrible. It was like 80 times worse what they did to Nixon. Nixon got the whole book thrown at him. He didn't even do anything. They're accusing him of things that he didn't even know about. And he had no way to defend himself. And this August, I'm planning on making a video about Watergate, like a full-on, like maybe 2-hour video, diving in about how Watergate was a hoax, it's a scam, it's all trash, and none of it was real. It's just awesome to see what he's getting the respect he deserves. I tried to do that in my video about the presidential tier list video. I tried to give him the respect he deserves, talking about what he did, the great things he did, all the acts he passed, and his foreign policy, and how he should not be held responsible for China taking advantage of America. But if you, like I said, if you want to learn about that, you can look it up. It's on my channel. It's my presidential tier list video. If you do enough scrolling, you'll see it. It was about 2 months ago. But yeah, I thought I'd hop on here and talk about this because I thought this was super neat. I love this. And I respect Vivek even more now for having seen this. So anyways, that's it for my video. I hope you liked the video, guys. Please leave a comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.